20th video. 20 videos, but we're there. We finally have made it to the very last video in the book series on my book, From Debtor to Better, The Details of Debt and How to Get Out. If you have not picked up a copy and want to, you can grab it on Amazon. It's again, From Debtor to Better, The Details of Debt and How to Get Out. But if you've watched all these videos, if you've tagged along from literally the very beginning of, basically the beginning of this year where I started it and aimed for 20 videos, and here we are. If you've tagged along with all of that, then you've pretty much gathered most of the content that's in the book. And that was my goal. My goal was to not have to have you invest in the book to be able to basically understand what's going on. And so we're here. So the point of this last video is to sort of tie it all together, to sort of try to wrap it up and make sure that everybody understands the importance and the significance of getting out of debt. We started with an understanding of what debt is, and that debt equals risk, and that there really is no exception to that. You're always going to be taking on risk because you're saying you can look into the future. You're saying that you know what tomorrow holds and that you're going to be good. It's going to be fine. You can make the payments when you take on debt. But the reality is we don't know tomorrow. And so I asked the question at the very beginning of how much risk do you want? Everybody's going to take some. Everybody needs to take some risk, but debt is one of those risks that do you really need to take? And I would argue you don't. I would argue that it is possible to live a life without debt. It is possible to live a life without the burden of debt or the chains, the shackles. I mean, sorry to use some biblical language there, but you know, the borrower really is slave to the lender. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a slave. And I don't want you to be either. So when you consider for yourself what it means to move from debtor to better, better doesn't mean best. Better doesn't mean we're there. It doesn't mean that we've accomplished everything. It means that we have started the journey, that we have made steps of progress, and that we are headed toward our best. My goal for you, as we've done over the past several months, the various videos and the content that we've discussed in here, is that you have moved from the place where you were when we started to a place that is better. Every day you should be seeking to be better. Every day, if you're where you were yesterday, then you're really taking steps backwards. You are not doing yourself any favors by staying where you're at today. You always should be better. You should always be making progress toward better. So that's why I named the book what I did. That's why I said I want you to go from being a debtor to be doing better. Now, I know I'm beating a dead horse a little bit when I say all that, but I want you to recognize the importance of what it means to not have car payments, a house payment, or any payments for that matter. What does it mean when you lose your job and you go home and tell the wife and the kids, hey, daddy lost his job today, but it'll be okay. And you can actually mean it because you don't have a bunch of debt. You do have some savings in an emergency fund, and you just go find another job. And you find the one that's better for you and your family. And you find the one that fits. That's a whole different scenario than coming home and being in a panic and having a crisis. And that means you're better. What does it mean to be able to go to a restaurant with your family and go out to eat? I actually saw a friend of ours post yesterday that they went out to breakfast with their entire family just because they had the financial freedom to do it, and it was such a blessing to them because they hadn't been there before. What does it mean to be able to just go out and have dinner with your family, not consider what the menu prices are, and then the person who serves your table, leaving them an amazing tip because you know they're struggling. You talk to them and you get to know them a little bit, and they're like, man, I'm really making ends meet here, but I'm struggling to do it. And you leave them a $100 bill or a couple of them. What does it mean to see a need and be able to meet it? What does it mean to not feel as though you have to be a servant to your creditors? That's what it means to be better. I want you to join those ranks with me. I want you to be someone who doesn't have to worry about how they're going to make their next payments. I want you to be someone who doesn't have to worry about, is the payroll going to come through? Am I going to make it? What will I do if it doesn't? I don't want you to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want you to be normal because Dave Ramsey says it all the time. Normal is broke. Be weird. You don't have to have a huge income to do it. You don't have to have special skills. You don't have to have some amazing mathematical wizardry or, some huge stroke of luck. It comes down to doing the right things over and over and over again, the small incremental changes, that get you to better. So my encouragement to you is this. Go back through these videos. If you need a copy of my book, get it. If you don't, go back through the videos and make sure that you've got this. Make sure you understand. Develop the budget. Develop the habits that I talk about. Do the homework that I recount. Do the things that will get you from debtor to better. Don't have this struggle. You weren't made to just be born, pay bills, and die. You weren't made to go to work so you could pay bills for stuff that you feel like you have to have and rinse and repeat every single day. You were made to thrive. You were made to do a lot more with your money than just make enough to get by. Don't settle for that. So, I don't have any new content today. I just have encouragement. I have talked to too many people, hundreds and hundreds of people one-on-one, who have done the things I'm teaching and have moved from debtor to better. But I've also talked to hundreds of people who have said, there's got to be an easier way. That's too hard. I'm not going to do it. And guess what? Most of the time, they don't change anything. That's sad. I don't want you to be there. So please, would you join me? Would you make the changes necessary to not survive, but to actually succeed with your money? My last thing to you is this. If you need help, if you need coaching, if you need one-on-one counsel, if you need direction, you need help dealing with creditors, you need help dealing with anything related to your finances, send me a message. I'm not hard to find. You can message Humorous Homemaking. You can send a message through Facebook on that. You can message me in the comments as you're seeing this video. You can send me an email. It's pretty easy. It's barry@humouroushomemaking.com. That's B-A-R-R-Y @humouroushomemaking.com. I want to help you. When Stacy and I, at the end of 2018, were talking about our plans for 2019, and we said, you know what? We have said since 2010, we want to help people to win with their money and to get out of debt and all the stuff that's associated with that. How do we make that happen? This video series was one of the things we decided on. And literally hours later, that is coming to fruition. I hope this has been a series that has helped you. I hope that it's been a series that has encouraged you. I hope it's been one that's kicked you in the pants a little bit, because sometimes we need that. And I hope it's one that you're willing to share. If you're watching this on Facebook, great. That's where I've done them all live. I plan to put them all on YouTube on the Humorous Homemaking channel, probably 4 or 5 at a time, so that it's still digestible, but still doesn't take forever to do that over there. So if you're watching it over there, great. Wherever you're watching, I want you to be encouraged. Don't settle, because you can get better. You should do better. We all should do better. I've been out of debt for many years now, and I'm still aiming for better in my life. That is an ongoing, constant goal. So I encourage you, don't settle. Always do better. And if I can help, reach out. Thanks a bunch. I hope this has been great. I've enjoyed it. Take care.